Well, a fun and relaxing day at the lake can turn tragic in a matter of seconds. Safety is one of the top priorities among everyone who goes to the lakes. Unfortunately, accidents do happen, but it's the job of the DNR to help keep the fun on the lake from turning tragic. And joining us now is Bill Brown from the DNR. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you, Drew.
And as you know, we had a really tough 4th of July weekend around here and around the state, I hear.
Yes, we did.
Do you have any just specific safety tips to tell people this morning to avoid any more accidents this summer?
Yes, I do, Drew. One of the things people need to be concerned about is, number one, make a plan and stick with the plan when they go boating. And that should be thought of long before they ever go to the lake. Make sure that their life jackets are ready and they're accessible, if not on. And we would really prefer that they wear those, and they're actually making them now where they're inflatable and they are less cumbersome and less hot. So people can put them on. We as officers wear those on all the time while we're out there, and it's hot for us too, so we would ask that they wear them too. It's not a law, it's just a law that they have them accessible. So if they will start wearing those more often, most drownings can be prevented by a life jacket alone. Also, while they're sitting in there, don't be on the bow. The bow's illegal to ride on. If they were to fall off, then they would be caught underneath there. And don't be sitting on the side.
Okay, and how about how close you need to stay next to other boaters? Because some of these lakes are really busy around here.
Right. One of the things that there's no actual distance limit. It does talk about overcoming a boat, and you should go off to either side whenever you're going to overcome one, and you want to create enough space there. If they're towing a skier, you want to stay well back. And one of the laws that we as officers have a discretion on is dangerous operation or imprudent operation. So a person needs to be thinking safety all the time, and we're looking at those thinking that's dangerous, and we will have to stop and have a talk or a conversation with them. And that's a misdemeanor violation. So if it's really dangerous, then the officer can have the discretion to take the person to jail. We don't want that to happen. We want people to be thinking about that and staying away from somebody skiing.
Sure. Now, one of the more popular events out on the water for people of all ages, little kids even, is tubing.
That's correct.
And fun for some people is actually falling off the tube, but that can be very unsafe. So what should people do if they're in the water around a lot of other boats?
We actually had a very tragic accident down in the southern part of the state. Using a tuber had fallen off, and another boat did not see this. We're asking that the boater, it takes 3 people in order to tube or ski. That's a driver of the boat and an observer in the boat, and then the person tubing, and you can obviously pull more than one. If the person falls off, immediately turn around to go get them. The observer should raise their hand and start waving, and also the person in the water should raise their hand and start waving. Make yourself visible as much as you can. And obviously, if it is a very busy day, take your tubing toward the side of the lake, not right down the middle of the lake. Yeah. And always be thinking safety while you're out there. And it'll make the tragedies go down a lot.
Yeah, that's great advice and worth repeating every summer. Bill, thanks so much for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having me, Drew.